Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're doing well. My name is UGG King, or I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K, and during this video I'm going to demonstrate Tomb Raider PC game running in 8K video resolution, to be exact 8K UHD video resolution, 8K video resolution gameplay, 8K video resolution benchmark with the Intel Core i9 9900K processor that is equipped with the 32GB of system RAM and Titan RTX video card that is equipped with 24GB of video RAM. Actually, let me real quick go ahead and demonstrate the PC configuration for you that I'm running it today. It's going to be my gaming PC called Morozilla PC version 5.3 from 2018. And it was a flagship gaming PC in 2018, and the parts that equipping this PC was for sale in the end of 2018. So let's go ahead and have a look at our video card. So as you can see, 24GB of video RAM, or 24,576 megabytes total of our video RAM, GDDR6 by Samsung. So this how, guys, it's running on the stock by Nvidia. It's also equipped with 4608 unified shader cores, but it's called Nvidia CUDA cores when it comes to Nvidia GPU architecture video cards. Pixel fill rate will be overclocked, keep that in mind, by about 8 gigapixels per second after we're going to overclock our GPU. Texture fill rate will be overclocked after we're going to overclock it by 30 gigapixels per second. Bandwidth will be overclocked after we're going to overclock it by 120 gigabytes per second of our video RAM. So let me go ahead and do it, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm overclocking today for free using just a software, which is a home safe environment overclock. But please keep in mind, if you're overclocking any PC hardware such as GPU, video card, CPU, system RAM, or anything throughout your PC, you're doing it on your own risk and expenses, and nobody going to compensate you anything. Okay, so you're doing it on your own pocket money. But keep in mind that I'm going to have a beautiful tutorial how to overclock the Titan RTX video card, or RTX 2080 Ti video card, or Intel Core i9 9900K that I'm using today over the UHDking.com, as well as any other PC hardware components. It's going to be great step-by-step tutorials when I'm going to introduce you to the best possible methods and techniques, not like one of those copycats on YouTube, so you don't want to mess. So this is at least why you want to go ahead and subscribe. So anyways, guys, as you can see, pixel fill rate is increased immediately. Texture fill rate is increased, just like I told you, by 30 gigapixels per second, and bandwidth increased by 120 gigabytes per second, which is 120,000 megabytes per second. Our bandwidth increase just through the free overclock is twice much higher than our total system memory DDR4 bandwidth capable to push, because the system RAM DDR4 today is capable to push at the maximum peak, maximum peak 50,000 megabytes, which is equal to 50 gigabytes, while our bandwidth improved by 120 gigabytes per second, and almost total bandwidth on the video RAM of 800 gigabytes per second. So this is how fast the video RAM when it compares to the system RAM. Alright, so let me real quick go ahead and show you that in fact I'm running Intel Core i9 9900K. It's going to be Intel 9 Gen processor. I'm using the 8 physical cores, 16 logical threads. That means that hyper-threading technology is enabled. 5100 megahertz per every single core. Okay, I'm running it on the ASUS Maximus 11 Hero motherboard, Z390 chipset, with the latest BIOS that is available and the last BIOS that is available from the ASUS official website. 1600 megahertz of our system RAM DDR4 as an internal frequency, and the external frequency will be multiplied by 2. 3200 megahertz CL11 1T command. 4 sticks, 8 gigabytes, total 32 gigabytes of DDR4, of course, dual channel. That's supported by the Intel 9 Gen i9 9900K as maximum, which is 128-bit. Our CPU cache frequency is overclocked from 3400 megahertz to 4800 megahertz. So multiplier from 34 switch to 48, and it brought us from 3.4 gigahertz all the way to 4.8 gigahertz, which is additional by 1200 megahertz overclock on the cache frequency, which is decreased latency delay in terms of the nanoseconds, and S stands for the nanoseconds. Low value is better on the level 3 cache, level 2nd cache, and level 1 cache as well, and increase a little bit of the bandwidth as well through the overclock of the cache frequency. This was the fastest possible DDR4 memory by the Corsair, which is 2500 megahertz internal frequency, but just because it's DDR4 you gotta multiply it by 2. 5000 megahertz CL18, okay, but it's unstable on a Z390 chipset motherboards, as I find out. I tested with a Gigabyte, Asus, and when I called the Corsair, they told me it's only stable on the MSI Carbon Fiber Extreme motherboard, okay, Carbon Extreme. I have some doubts about it because they're using the Micron Technology DDR4 chips, and Micron Technology hates the high frequency, but it loves the low latency. So this is exactly how you utilize it. At the CL11, the low value is better, so CL12 versus CL11, CL11 will be always better. So it's 3200 megahertz, not CL18, not CL16, not even CL13, CL11. Keep in mind that one step down in terms of the CL latency from 12 to 11 will be equal to 200 megahertz when it comes to DDR4 after my tests. So if I would be running CL12 3200 megahertz and CL12 3400 megahertz, so CL12 3400 megahertz will be equal CL11 3200 megahertz. 1T command, okay. So we're gonna find out if this actual Corsair memory is capable to be able to run actually the 5000 megahertz frequency CL18, and to find out I'm going to test it with the newer generation Intel CPU chipsets such as Z690 or Z790. I'm looking to build the next Morozilla PC system. They're going to be 12 gen and also as 14 gen processors, and I'm looking to use probably Z790 chipset motherboard, DDR4 and DDR5, just to compare DDR4 versus DDR5, additional video content for you guys. But it's nice to see if this memory is capable, because even the Z690 chipset motherboard supports DDR4 at 5300 megahertz without any issues. So I was just wondering if Corsair lied to me or not. But if they lied to me, I'm not going to use them again, because they lied to me since DDR1, DDR2, and DDR3 memory that wasn't capable to run at the frequency that they stated for their top of the line flagship system RAM. So if they're gonna lie to me with DDR4, I will never use again the Corsair. And it completely makes sense, as again, Micron Technology chips, when it comes to DDR4, hates the frequency above 3800 megahertz, but loves the latency, low latency. While if you want to go above 3800 megahertz safe and stable, you want to use the Samsung B die chips when it comes to DDR4 technology. Samsung B die chips hates the low latency but loves the high frequency. Keep that in mind. All right, so Titan RTX video card right here we go. As you can see, it's already overclocked, and this is how the CPU is scored. This is how this processor i9 9900K is scored. Multi-thread performance is kind of low because I'm scoring much higher at 5000 megahertz with the hyper threading technology enabled and all 8 physical cores. I'm scoring 5500 megahertz, but right now we're running 52, almost 5300 megahertz. The reason why, this is the point, sorry, 5200 points, but I'm scoring 5500 points with the 8 physical cores and hyper threading technology is enabled. The reason why at 5 gigahertz. The reason why, because I applied so much voltage to keep this stable at 5.1 gigahertz. When you're trying to go and keep stable the Intel 9 generation i9-9900K, you gotta apply tons of voltage to be able to keep that signal impulsing stable. Increase the voltage, and that voltage generates a lot of hits, a lot of heat, and the temperature on the CPU is growing like crazy. Even if I'm water cooled the CPU today, it doesn't help at all. Keep that in mind. So at 100%, every single thread utilized, which is 16 logical threads, it's lowering itself thermal throttling through thermal throttling process, lowering the frequencies and generating the lower results. Keep that in mind, because it's overheating with the Corsair H150i Pro water cooler AAO that I'm using today with 360mm radiator and 3 fans on it. 360mm radiator doesn't help to cool it down. Keep that in mind. But when we're talking about PC games in 2024 or older, or even in 2026, we care about single thread performance, okay? And this is when the single thread performance is 100% utilized for about 10 seconds, scored 600 points, as you can see. Well, when I'm using 8 physical cores, 8 physical threads, and hyper threading technology is disabled, I'm scoring 607, 610. Keep that in mind. Because, as again, I'm using a little bit lower voltage. So look like this voltage also probably thermal throttle the single thread when it was utilized at 100%. But in the PC games today, we will never utilize with 8 physical core CPU and 16 logical threads at 100%, not a single core. Keep that in mind. So we're gonna be Gucci at this time, and we're not gonna thermal throttle, so we're gonna show the maximum amount of bandwidth through a level 1 cache, level 2 cache, and level 3 cache. As you can see over here, the megabytes and gigabytes, the higher value is better, but in terms of the NS, stands for the nanoseconds, the low value is better. So we're gonna take an advantage of that, okay? So trust me, it's going to boost up a little bit better because we're going to push more bandwidth. And I'm looking to test in Tomb Raider 2 Titan RTX video cards in SLI, and the higher bandwidth we can take, the better. Okay, this is what I find out because Tomb Raider game actually is going to utilize every single 16 thread of the CPU, and is going to utilize at least a 10%. This is a clear sign per thread. This is a clear sign, so you better enable the hyper threading technology just in case. Okay, when your CPU is with the physical cores and hyper threading technology is not utilizing every single logical thread there, and you can see some threads at 0, which means idling, not utilized, then you can turn down the hyper threading technology and maybe try to squeeze out and increase the higher frequencies with the low voltages, lower temperature when it comes to Intel i9-9900K CPU scenarios. All right. So I did some tests for you guys. I did the ADA 64 cache memory benchmark, as you can see. So you can see how fast the DDR4. By the way, this is the fastest DDR4 scenario look like, because usually it's running like 55 nanoseconds, but right now I'm below 45 nanoseconds. The low value is better. NS stands for the nanoseconds. System RAM 44.3 nanoseconds communication between the processor and system RAM. This is how much it takes. Very short period of time. ADA 64 GPU benchmark right here, guys. As you can see, you require the GPU and video RAM compared versus CPU and system RAM. Keep in mind that GPU and video RAM hates to do the read and write. It loves to do the copy in parallel mode, a lot of data, because it's running a lot of parallel CUDA cores, and while CPU loves to do read and write, and not in big favor of copy. Okay, so you can see that memory read and write in terms of our video RAM DDR6 24 gigabytes, much slower than a system RAM DDR4, even if video RAM is about 14 times faster than a system RAM DDR4. Video RAM in our case DDR6 is about 14 times faster than a DDR4, but it's not the scenario under memory read and memory write for video RAM, because as again it hates that, but memory copy, check it out, exactly by about 14 times faster than memory copy for the DDR4. Okay, everything was shown, guys, to you. Single Titan RTX is running right now. Secondary Titan RTX is removed to avoid any hot air pocket. It's installed in the secondary system. Alright, so that's it, guys. Everything was shown to you, and this is the PC configuration system that I'm going to use today. Let's go ahead and jump into the game and do the benchmark and all kind of different visual presets in Tomb Raider under the 8K video resolution with the i9-9900K and Titan RTX video card. As you can see, guys, at the right top corner I put for you the old 16 logical threads CPU load, so you can see what's going on there. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep going, guys, and I'm using the licensed Steam version Tomb Raider. My gaming system was released in 2018, every single part that I'm using today, while Tomb Raider was released, if I'm not mistaken, in 2013. It was way before or during the time of the Nvidia Maxwell GPU architecture, two previous GPU architecture before the Nvidia Turing GPU architecture that I'm using today in our Titan RTX. And the Nvidia Maxwell GPU architecture, it was throughout the time of the GTX 980 Ti video cards and Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture video cards. And I did have 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture in SLI, and I tested this game, and it's available over the EVGA.com. I'm going to go ahead and include the test so you can compare in the video comments down there. Go ahead and check it out, video comments. If you're watching it through the official website EVGA.com or official YouTube channel, I highly recommend you only to watch me through the official YouTube channel, which is EVGA.com. Alright, guys, 7680 pixels by 4320 pixels. Okay, we're gonna run 30 hertz. It doesn't matter what is your hertz or how big your screen, the result in terms of the FPS will be the same, because it's going to render in that resolution, which is 8K video resolution, 8K UHD in real time, and it doesn't care how big is your screen. It's not going to slow down your FPS or how fast in terms of the refresh rate. Okay, don't care about your screen. But when I'm enabling the exclusive full screen, it's bringing to this low frequencies. Not sure why. When I'm disabling, it's 60 hertz as my desktop. When I enable it, it's 30 hertz. But this is how we're gonna do it. This is how I did it in 2014, 2015 with the 3 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture in SLI and 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture in SLI, as again available over the UHD King for you to watch. This is how we're gonna do it, guys. And this is how we're gonna test the future video cards, the future processors, the future PC gaming systems, as well as the future mobile devices and handheld devices, just to find out how well the future technology. So this is the point of this video. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're going to start with the lowest visual preset. Okay, and let's go ahead and do that. Lower visual preset, completely set, and I'm going to go ahead and start the game. Keep in mind that I'm recording this video today with Nvidia Play in real time. It's a software that's recording on the same computer. I'm not using the external video recording device. So please go ahead and add about 2 FPS to the FPS counter to the left top corner, updated every half of the second. So let's go ahead and check out our visual preset. Yep, the same deal. It took it. And lowest visual preset. Alright, let's go ahead and keep moving. And thanks God that Tomb Raider has the pre-built benchmark. This is the proper game development. If you're a game developer, always include the benchmark, guys. This is how I'm going to do when I'm going to develop my games. Every time this benchmark starts, I'm refreshing the hotkey, my average FPS at the left top corner, so it's going to be producing the correct values. But keep in mind that game engine of the Tomb Raider PC game is itself going to count the minimum FPS, average FPS, and maximum FPS for us. So this is, guys, the lowest visual preset, and we can see the video RAM utilization at the lowest possible visual preset under 8K video resolution in Tomb Raider, below 8 gigabytes or below 8000 megabytes, as you can see at the left top corner. And system RAM utilization is about 10,000 gigabytes. So I would assume that system RAM utilization, healthy system RAM utilization, will be around 10 gigabytes or 10,000 megabytes. MS by the FPS at the left top corner is also the latency delay, stands for the milliseconds. So it's communication between the CPU, GPU, system RAM, video RAM, and the software such as Windows 10 Professional Operating System in our case, DirectX API, and the Nvidia driver and the game engine. So before every single frame is rendered, it takes about 9 milliseconds, as you can see by the FPS. The lower value in terms of the milliseconds is better, but the higher value in terms of the FPS, which is frames per second, is better. Okay, so minimum FPS 90 FPS, maximum FPS 132 FPS, average FPS 109.7. Okay, keep that in mind. This is including the Nvidia ShadowPlay recording, so you gotta add as minimum 2 FPS to that value. So we just tested at the lowest visual preset. Let's go ahead, guys, and keep moving. And by the way, you can see how well the CPU was utilized. I kept some history for you as well on every single thread for those who's curious visually. Let's go ahead and start it again, and we're gonna switch the visual preset. And as you can see, I'm using the Windows magnifier zoom tool for those folks that watching this video on 4K video resolution screens that I recommend as minimum, but kind of small screens so you can see what's going on the screen or on the tablets, guys. So I'm gonna use the Windows magnifier zoom tool for you guys. So we're gonna switch to ultimate now, the maximum. I'm not gonna test in between. You can pretty much summarize it and get some idea. However, anti-aliasing method I'm going to disable completely because the SSAA is kind of crappy anti-aliasing method, and it's kind of cheap anti-aliasing method, and it's blurring a lot of pixels, and it's not going to generate the sharp pixels. And especially if you are running 8K UHD video resolution, we would like to see that beautiful amount of sharp pixels. This is the reason why we're running the Tomb Raider in 8K video resolution and wanna play the Tomb Raider PC game in 8K video resolution. So I'm going to disable the SSAA because it's a cheap method of anti-aliasing, but we're going to test with the other methods of the anti-aliasing that will be nice in the future throughout this video. Keep that in mind, but not right now. So ultimate visual preset, and also I'm going to turn down real quick the hair quality to normal first, and then I'm going to do the Trace FX. This is the technology for the hair FX technology by the AMD, and I'm going to explain to you throughout this video why in a few seconds. This is how we're going to do it. So pretty much still the ultimate visual preset. That anti-aliasing method doesn't take any FPS at all. It's SSAA, very fast anti-aliasing method on Nvidia GPU since Maxwell GPU architecture, but for sure Turing GPU architecture doesn't feel it. Maybe the difference will be 1 FPS. Alright, so let's go ahead and execute the game. Still ultimate visual preset, but hair is normal, and I'm about to explain to you why I don't like that Trace FX, which is the hair FX technology by the AMD in this particular game under this particular game engine. Okay, first of all, let's go ahead and check out the visual preset. Yep, indeed, we got exactly what we need to have. And let's go ahead and execute the benchmark, and you're gonna see why I hate that Trace FX technology that applied for the hair FX technology by the AMD. So when you're not using the Trace FX technology by the AMD, the hair is looking so great. It doesn't go into the 3D mesh, into the 3D primitive, and the pixels are perfect. Okay, and this is without that technology. But when you're going to use that technology, the hair is looking a little bit much better. It's a little bit getting into the primitive right now, as you can see, but not that much. But because it's using the Nvidia physics, okay, and it's kind of compensating that. But when you're using the Nvidia Trace Effects technology for the hair, you're gonna see the hair gonna go into the mesh a lot, and it's kind of gonna get messy, and that's why I don't like it too much. It's gonna go so much into the mesh, into the hair body, and actually the Trace Effects shouldn't do that, but it does that. And maybe it doesn't do that with the AMD Radeon video cards when hardware and software working together, but on Nvidia video cards it's always doing that, since Nvidia Maxwell GPU architecture such as Titan X Maxwell video card or GTX 980 Ti video cards that I tested, it's still doing that since 2014. Okay, but as again, maybe it's not gonna do it when you're gonna enable the AMD Trace Effects technology for the hair with the AMD Radeon video cards, but I have some doubts. Anyways, this was with the normal, and Trace Effects takes about like almost 20% of the FPS loss throughout this particular game. That's why I kind of don't like it. It's more than anti-aliasing method, the heaviest anti-aliasing method. So it's taxing on a lot of FPS, and it kind of doesn't look that good. It's looking a little bit better in terms of the hair, but this hair under the normal is still acceptable for this type of visuals. Keep that in mind, for this type of visual style. To me, as a graphics artist, 3D animator, and a gamer, hopefully to you as well. So anyways, minimum FPS 28 FPS, maximum FPS 34 FPS, and average FPS 31.6. okay, not bad, not bad, especially the game supports Nvidia SLI. And guys, I'm going to demonstrate for you two Titan RTX video card and SLI over the UHD King. So just to underline the whole and the maximum performance out of the Nvidia Turing GPU architecture that is powering today our Titan RTX with Nvidia TU102 GPU, and it's supporting two of them in this particular game and SLI, so it's nice to see it, the performance, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you. I know it for sure because I tested with 3 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture and SLI under 8K video resolution, and 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture and SLI, and I'm going to include those videos for you under the video comments if you're watching from the official YouTube channel, which is uhdking.com. Go ahead and check it out, so you can compare, guys, with the previous older GPU architecture by the Nvidia, and of course with the newer GPU architecture by the Nvidia, and newer video cards and newer processors, and as again mobile devices and handheld devices. We're gonna test it in the future. I'm gonna include under video comments additional comments with that related links for you to compare. So go ahead and check out the video comments if you're watching it on YouTube. So alright, so we're done this. Alright, and let's go ahead. So this was almost maximum visual preset, like almost just hair off. Let's go ahead and put the Trace Effects technology by the Nvidia now, which is doing for the air. But as again, the air was totally accepted for that rendering visual style for me as 3D artist, a graphics designer, and a gamer, hopefully for you as well. But FPS will be lost if you're gonna enable the Trace Effects technology by the AMD on the Nvidia video cards for sure, and I believe it the same thing, FPS will be lost on the AMD Radeon video cards, on the AMD video cards. So let's go ahead and enable again the ultimate. The same deal, I'm gonna disable the anti-aliasing, but I will be testing 2 times SSAA and 4 times SSAA throughout this video. Keep that in mind. So now we're going to go ahead and use the hair quality Trace Effects, and let's go ahead and have a look, guys. So this is the ultimate, but without the anti-aliasing FXAA. But when you're running 8K video resolution, you don't need to have anti-aliasing methods at all, guys. Keep that in mind. In this particular game, even if your screen is 80 or 85 inches, you're going to be Gucci. Even if you're sitting 1 meter away, you're not going to see that pixels there on the lines there. The lines will be perfect under 8K video resolution. Okay, that's why this game is looking unbelievable well and amazing under 8K video resolution. So let's go ahead and have a look, guys. Make sure that visual presets are still here. Yep, they are here. Excellent, excellent, exactly the way we want it. Let's go ahead and benchmark it. Yeah, the game looks amazing, guys, under the 8K video resolution, and I know a lot of folks finished this game on the 1080p. Some not even was playing this game on 1080p back in 2013, 2014, because Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture is the only video card that was delivering around 100 FPS with the 1080p single video card in this game. So in 2014, or 980 Ti video card. So most of you probably was playing like 1600 by 900, and if you finish this game, you want to replay this game on the maximum visual presets under the 8K video resolution. You're going to enjoy even in 2024 or 2025. Due that this game was the best visual game as the third view person game in 2013, 2014. This game was one of the best visuals games out there, and that's why the Jensen King, the Nvidia CEO and founder, loves the Tomb Raider series, such as this Tomb Raider, then the Rise of Tomb Raider, and the last Tomb Raider that is available in 2024. Okay, I'm going to test them all over the UHDking.com, so stick around. So guys, minimum FPS 22.6, maximum FPS 31 FPS, average FPS 27 FPS. So below 30 FPS, so experience now is benchable, not playable even for the third view person camera game. You want to be at least at 30 FPS. But as again, keep in mind that the purpose of this video to test, so we can compare with the future hardware and the previous hardware, the older hardware, to see how well the technology going, I'm going to test it with the Nvidia SLI with the two Titan RTX video cards, and it's nice to see if Turing GPU architecture is capable to deliver maximum visuals in 8K video resolution. Keep in mind that I'm also going to test this game under 10K video resolution, 12K video resolution, and if it will be possible under 16K video resolution. I didn't test it yet myself, but I tried 12K video resolution, a little bit sneak preview for you, and it was 24 GB of video RAM under the maximum visuals with 12K video resolution. Maybe 16K video resolution in Tomb Raider PC game will be possible on the lowest visual preset and without the anti-aliasing, but we're going to find out. So stick around, and I will try to post the links under this video in video comment section, so go ahead and check it out, guys. Alright, so we're done with that. So ultimate visual preset was tested completely. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and switch to, let me zoom in, switch to let me see, let me go ahead and try it without the exclusive full screen for those who's curious. So we did with the exclusive full screen and without the exclusive full screen, but I believe that exclusive full screen unlocks some different frequencies for your display capabilities. But let's go ahead and have a look for those who is curious. So this is full screen, but without the exclusive full screen under 8K video resolution. Same visual preset, ultimate visual preset, but without the FXA anti-aliasing. Alright, so this is how we're gonna do it. Let's go ahead and have a look, guys. Every time the benchmark starts, I'm resetting the average FPS. Please keep that in mind. I don't think it's going to be any difference in terms of the FPS at all, unless the exclusive full screen adding some more visual post processes, post effects, but I have some doubts. But let's go ahead and have a look. So it's still with the trace effects, and you can see the hair going heavily into her body, and it's looking so ugly. Normal, a little bit getting into her body, but not as ugly as it is right now. And I believe the point of trace effects was to create the physics of the realistic hair, and it doesn't do that. Yes, the amount of hair is here is much better than it was under the normal without the trace effects, but with the trace effects, as you can see, the physics itself of those hair is just getting into the primitive, into the 3D model. It doesn't have that collision physics to it, and this is pretty bad. Anyways, minimum FPS 22, maximum FPS 30, average FPS 26.5. Okay, this is the full screen without exclusive full screen. Maybe exclusive full screen brings additional post effects, I'm not sure, but I tested just in case to conclude for you. Ultimate visual preset 8K video resolution was tested. Okay, so all the data was provided for you guys. Next, let's go ahead and keep moving, guys, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the ultimate visual preset, and now we're gonna go ahead and start adding the anti-aliasing heavy methods, 2 times SSAA. And I believe that SSAA anti-aliasing method is actually heavier than MSAA. Okay, especially for the Nvidia Turing GPU architecture, but for sure for the Maxwell GPU architecture, for the previous Nvidia GPU architecture such as Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, MSAA and SSAA was very heavy, while Turing GPU architecture doesn't feel that much MSAA anti-aliasing, but it's most likely going to feel the SSAA, because I believe that SSAA is the heaviest anti-aliasing method and the proper one without any cheating, because the FXAA is kind of cheating method of the anti-aliasing, and it's pretty much blurring the pixels instead of anti-aliasing. This is how it's bringing the anti-aliasing, and you don't want to do it if you want to have a beautiful looking pixels under the 8K video resolution. Okay, alright, yes indeed, anti-aliasing is there. Let's go ahead and have a look, and benchmark it. Here we go. Let me reset the FPS. It's looking amazing, guys, under the maximum visual preset. This is with a 2 times SSAA anti-aliasing ultimate visual preset, 8K video resolution, to be exact 8K UHD, 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio, 7680 pixels by 4320 pixels. Really like when developers including the benchmark, as again this is a proper way of the game development, and that's why we're going to use this game in the future as our benchmark, and as again not only creating the value to the gamers, those game developers, but they're creating a value for the PC hardware enthusiasts, so their game can be bought and used by the PC hardware enthusiasts as a benchmarks. So whatever you're developing a game, guys, you want to create a benchmark. You want to think in advance while creating the maximum amount of value for anybody who's going to execute your game. So minimum FPS 15.5, maximum FPS 21.4, average FPS 19, and this is with 2 times SSAA anti-aliasing ultimate visual preset, 8K UHD video resolution. Very beautiful on a single Titan RTX video card. That was a great score. As again, 2 Titan RTX video cards in the slide going to show fantastic score and most likely a playable experience. I cannot wait to test it, but I know for sure Nvidia SLI supported for the Tomb Raider. Alright guys, and let's go ahead and have a look. I'm going to go ahead and change it now to 4 times SSAA anti-aliasing method. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Here we go, and yep, here we go. We switch that 4 times, and for those who's curious, I'm only having single Titan RTX video card right here. See that? So here we go, guys, and let's go ahead and have a look. So guys, I'm going to test Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, which is the next game after this one under the Tomb Raider series, and Shadow of Tomb Raider. All those 3 games are having a benchmark, and we're going to test it for sure. They're all beautiful looking game, even in today's 2024. and we're gonna use it, guys. Thanks God for the benchmark in the future. And they're heavy games, they're nice looking games. Even for this one from 2013, those games are going to be even newer games with much better visuals. Especially Shadow of Tomb Raider, the last game that is available in 2024, the best looking game of Tomb Raider. We're gonna test it, guys, and all of them supporting SLI, which is great. So they supporting all type of hardware, which is great, and hardware configurations. Alright guys, so as you can see, video RAM will be way above 12 gigabytes. So if you're using the Nvidia driver and Nvidia video card, you can offload a little bit of video RAM and still be able to run it on the Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture. We know it for sure because I tested, and most likely on the RTX 980 Ti and GTX 1080 Ti and Titan XPs that is also equipped Titan X Pascal GPU architecture with the 12 gigabyte of video RAM. You're just going to offload some video RAM into the system RAM, but our system RAM, as you can see, below 10 gigabytes. Around 10 gigabytes is a healthy system RAM, okay? While the video RAM is almost 13,000 megabytes, as you can see at the left top corner. As again, for the FPS, please add 2 FPS to the FPS counter. Thank you so much. Minimum FPS 12.1, maximum FPS 17.5, average FPS 14.8. Okay, this was the maximum visual experience, guys, and this is just unbelievable. That's it, guys. That's pretty much it. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up and click yes. And one more thing, let me see, did I test it with the exclusive full screen or without the exclusive? I'm just curious. Oh, we tested without the exclusive. Let me do, for those who's curious, with the exclusive, just in case, but I don't think it's going to be any difference. But let's go ahead and do the exclusive full screen. As again, 4 times SSAA to SFX, just to underline it and finish. All type of data is provided throughout this video. Here we go. For those curious, this is going to be with exclusive now. But pretty much, as again, I don't think it's going to be any difference except the exclusive switching from 60 Hz to 30 Hz. But pretty much I don't see any difference right here. This video will be a single take, guys. I'm recording this video while using in real time my voice and everything, while seeing it, while using the CPU artificial intelligent noise removal and not GPU artificial intelligent noise removal, because the best on the GPU will be Nvidia RTX voice. You can run the vacuum in the room and nobody gonna hear you if you're gonna enable the Nvidia RTX voice, but it's taxing about 10% of the FPS. So I'm using the CPU artificial noise removal. It only takes 1 FPS no matter what is the scenario in the game. Keep that in mind. So you can add actually healthy 3 FPS, 2 FPS through the Nvidia ShadowPlay because it's recorded in real time, and 1 FPS through the CPU artificial noise removal, that's removing the noise, because I'm sitting in the room and the Titan RTX running at 100% fan rotation. Those dual fan on Titan RTX in a small room kinda going to be noisy. Keep that in mind. Yeah guys, so that's unbelievable. And keep in mind that Nvidia ShadowPlay is modified and hacked, including the Nvidia driver, and it's recording even on the old school Nvidia codec without the EV1 codec in 8K video resolution. So for the best visual experience, please watch this video in 8K UHD. Switch it in your YouTube player to 4320p or 8K. Or minimum visual experience, I advise you to watch this video on 4K video resolution. Switch it to 2160p in your YouTube player and you're gonna be golden. Minimum FPS 12.4, maximum FPS 18, average FPS 15. Okay, that's a great result. This was with exclusive full screen. So everything now was tested, guys. Stick around over the UHDking.com. Check out the playlist under the Titan RTX under the 8K video resolution, or visit iplay8k.com. It's going to be dedicated to gameplays and the gaming benchmark under the 8K video resolution by UHD iplay8k.com, and you can check out. I'm going to test the Rise of Tomb Raider, which is the next game after this one that was released, and then I'm going to test the Shadow of the Tomb Raider as well. And yeah, and all kind of different video cards. Just check out the UHDking.com, guys, official website, official YouTube page, and today's everything was tested, everything is covered. By the way, on the background, this is my system exactly the way it is. CPU is water cooled by the water cooler AAO by Corsair. It's going to have Corsair H150i Pro series water cooler with 360mm VRAM and 3 Corsair fans. As you can see, Titan RTX is still running the Nvidia cooling solution, dual fan design by founders, but I'm using the liquid metal thermal compound Grizzly on the GPU. I repaste the thermal compound, and I repaste the thermal compound on video RAM. It's going to be IC diamond thermal compound, so I'm capable to overclock farther than stock, but it's still going to thermal throttle. The liquid metal thermal compound by Thermal Grizzly didn't help at all. It's going to lower the temperature by about 2-3 Celsius, but it's still going to thermal throttle and lower its frequencies throughout the process of the thermal throttling. Okay, because it's going to overheating in real time. The dual fans at 100% cannot cool down the Titan RTX while it's utilized at 100% on all of the 4608 CUDA cores, as you saw today. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button to support me. I really need to have your support. Subscribe for more great videos, and don't forget, I'm going to test this game in 10K video resolution, 12K video resolution, and if it's possible 16K video resolution on a single Titan RTX, including the 2 Titan RTX and SLI, as well as 4K video resolution. So I'm looking to have your support. Have a good morning, good day, good afternoon. My name is UHD King, aka I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K. Today you know exactly why my nickname is like that. Have a good morning, good day, good afternoon. Till the next time.